Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. Instead of the reading journal update, since I'm still kind of working on that, I am going to start doing the series that I had in mind for September and October. I had several projects that I wrapped up towards the end of last year and also the spring of this year that were more fallish projects, and I still wanted to share the process videos. So I'm gonna have about 4 videos, I think, maybe 5, of different projects that I never got to share here on YouTube. Know that 2 of them are October daily projects, and this one is a fall themed project with a cut file. So I'm excited to share them with you, and I hope you guys are excited as well. Here's a little sneak peek of the project in my Me album. It is a page documenting the first little bouquet of fall leaves, and then the cut file is from the CutShoppe, and I backed it, which is still hard for me, but I love doing it and it is so much fun. So that is the project you're gonna see, and you're gonna see me have all kinds of fun putting together the little paper pieces. And then if I feel like it's getting a little boring in the voiceover, I'll just speed it up and add in some music. But for the most part, I will chat about the project and how here in California, we wait a long time for fall to come. So when it comes, we celebrate it and we love it. And I personally take a million photos. And so I'm probably gonna have a million photos this coming fall and lots of project ideas. So I hope you guys are excited, and thanks for sticking with me, as videos still are hard to get up on my channel, but I'm creating and I'm enjoying my job and just making it work as best as I can, right? I think that's what we're all doing. Okay, I'm gonna get to the voiceover. All right, so I'm gonna start by backing this cut file from the CutShoppe, and I'm pretty sure it's still available, so I will go ahead and link it. I cut it in white, and then the collection that I used was in Autumn Enchantment, I believe, from Traci, and I will go ahead and link that collection as well. So I made sure that I had all the pieces for the inside, and I am excited to see this come together. And I picked a variety of different papers that are just gorgeous. Traci makes wonderful fall kits. So I have a big mix of all the different pattern papers, and I can go ahead and add those and really bring this whole cut file to life. And I also have fall in an orange, that way it kind of pops a little bit. I also know, and I think you guys have told me before, but I keep forgetting to get a fine tip glue application for these cut files. I just have a glue pen, and that's kind of a broad tip, so I need to get something that is more fine tip, and that way it'll work. My friend Erica also told me that if I cut the cut file, like I cut it on white and then I cut it a second time in whatever color I need, that will help make it back the piece easier. I haven't had a chance to try that yet, but I am gonna go ahead and try that. Because like you guys have been following me and you've been so patient and awesome, but I hope you have enjoyed seeing my journey with these cut files, because it's like a new skill that I'm learning and I really enjoy it. Okay, like I said in the introduction, I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up and just add a little bit of music so you can see me put this together. But I'm just adding the glue, and then I will add the pattern paper and finish up with double-sided adhesive tape, and then I can peel it and add it to my vellum insert. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip it around and you're gonna see how gorgeous and awesome this turned out. Cut files are definitely worth the work. I've probably already said that a few times, but I think you guys would agree. Even if there's a few oops, then, you know, it's totally okay. And you know, I'm learning in my second grade class, the teacher that I work with is amazing. And one of the books and ideas that she really implements in her class is a beautiful oops. It's not necessarily a mistake, it's just a beautiful oops. And we can keep moving forward. And I love that concept. And you guys know I've always been a big fan of just, if it's done, that's great. Let's move forward. It doesn't have to necessarily be perfect. I'm kind of just trimming up the different pieces so that way each of the leaves has its own separate pattern paper. And then once I stop fussing with it, I can go ahead and lay it down on the vellum. As you can see, there was just a few pieces that I felt like were sticking out a little bit, like the size was off a little bit, and like the green piece, the leaf wasn't sticking very well, but I know that once I get it on the vellum, everything will stick, hopefully for a long time. And the whole reason that I'm documenting this is because it was a leaf bouquet and I love doing those. I've gone on leaf walks with my daughter for years and I just am obsessed with leaves, and I take photos all the time of leaves and it just brings me so much joy. So I've got the vellum insert done, and now I can go ahead and do my pocket page outside the page protector. I just love doing these and not using page protectors. It's something that I've been enjoying for like the last year. So I have a photo of the leaves lined up in rainbow order, and also a photo of my feet. I think that's what it is. Yeah, my feet. And then also me holding up the leaves at the park. And above that, I'll have a big die cut that says blessings, which is just perfect. And I love the die cut too that says slow down and enjoy the season. And it's just going to be fun to document this little story because, like I said, leaves bring me so much joy. I collect them. I don't know, maybe it's a little kid thing. I don't care. I just love collecting leaves in all the different colors. And, you know, it takes forever for California to stop being so hot. And with Traci's kit, I can add in all the different die cuts and layer to my heart's content. And that will be my first step, is taking this tray of die cuts and figuring out my different clusters. I know I've talked about that before, but that's kind of my process, especially when I have a lot of die cuts, is to figure out my clusters and then adhere everything down. I also have a mini flare set from Jenny Scrap and Happy Studio, and so I'm going to use a few of those. My initial design is going to be 2 clusters on the large photo, including a little pop of green since the main photo has a lot of green, and then the photo of my feet has a lot of green as well. I then will make a really big cluster with the die cut slow down and enjoy the season, and then a few more little embellishments in the bottom right corner, and also a word phrase above the rainbow. So with Traci Reed's kit, like I said, there's a lot of die cuts, so I just feel called to add in all the die cuts. It's so much fun. And with these being digital that I have cut out, I like to crinkle the edges of the leaf to add dimension, and also add in some foam adhesive to lift up the die cut so there's like different layers, especially as you can see I'm building this cluster right here. I have the green leaf folded, the acorn is pop dotted, and then I have some other leaves that I've added in and folded up the edges. And down in the bottom right corner, I have a large label along with different colored leaves and an acorn. So it makes for a really great variety for my page and perfectly goes with the theme. Now I have 2 photos over on the left and I put them on the bottom. Normally when I'm doing this kind of design, I will do like a photo, then a journaling card, then a journaling card, and then a photo. So that way the photos are not next to each other and the journaling cards are not next to each other. But since the enjoy the season was kind of a floating element, I decided, you know what, it's gonna work. And so I went with that design and move forward, right? That's the theme of every scrapbook project. At least it should be, right? At least we should try. I adhered down a tree
epoxy that is going to be on the bottom right, and then another one over on the left-hand side. I loved these. They're just little trees and they match perfectly because we were at a park. I was at a park with my kids and I found all these leaves. And that's another thing with California fall. By the time the leaves actually do come down, they're so crispy and dry and dead. You wonder, is there going to be any nice leaves to capture? And thank goodness there was some, but I believe these photos were taken in early November, I think. I'd have to double check, but I know it wasn't September because we do not get fall in September. I wish we did, but we do not. So I'm going to add just a little bit of journaling, talking about how I was at the park with the kids because that's kind of one of our go-to activities, and I wanted a little joy boost, I guess you could say. So I went looking for some leaves, and I also wrote about that on the other slow down die cut. It just makes me ridiculously happy to collect leaves and take a few moments to do that for myself and kind of celebrate the season. So now I have those tags filled out, and I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the album, and I can show you guys how it came together. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this project come together. I would love a thumbs up, or if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. All right, bye.